This meeting of the Oak Park City Council is called to order March 4th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. City Clerk Ed Norris, would you call the roll?
Mayor McClellan.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Here.
Councilmember Radner.
Here.
Councilmember Whitehead.
Present.
Councilmember Crawford.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum. I'd like to add to the agenda an announcement from Councilmember Sean Whitehead. Would you approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agenda is approved. Councilmember Whitehead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and I have to really thank you for always being my teacher, and you've been such a great leader and mentor. Leave it better than you found it. That was Chief Cooper once stated that during a meeting that he had where he was being interviewed by the press, and he kind of said that in passing. But it stuck with me, and that was like one of my first weeks on the job, and it stuck with me ever since. And it's the same sentiment of my Pastor Rob, my Grandma Hawkins, who always said, leave it better than you found it. Before I begin, I want to ground this moment in a principle that has guided me throughout my tenure. One first articulated by W.E.B. Du Bois. My sister and I even produced a movie called The 10th based on the principle. Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois spoke of the talented 10th philosophy, the idea that the top 10% of a community has a responsibility, an obligation to uplift, empower, and elevate the other 90%. Not for recognition, not for status, but to elevate the entire community towards its highest potential, its apex. The top of the Shepherd Hill, if you will. From the moment I was entrusted with this seat, December of 2020, that 20% even doubled Du Bois of our city's vote, I carried, shouldered, and held it deeply to my heart, that responsibility of service. I treated it not as a title, but as a duty to use whatever ideas I had to elevate voices, create opportunity, and help move Oak Park forward. And with that guiding principle, along with my late mother's spirit, her perseverance, relentlessness, and her famous to-do list, always in my heart, I want to share what we have accomplished together in just over 5 years. The top 10. Number 1, Best Parks Initiative. From day one, I said, if we're going to be Oak Park, we should make sure that we had the best parks in the city, in all of Oakland County. It's in our name. Today, over 70% of our parks being revitalized, restructured, and reimagined. Mission accomplished. Number 2, Juneteenth celebration. Establishing and elevating a meaningful celebration of culture, history, and unity in our city. And I know Councilwoman Crawford is going to carry the torch forward with that. Number 3, arts and cultural leadership. Helping bring the 9 Mile redesign to life, including the selection of 4 sculptures, which was recognized by the Municipal League as a top 4 project in the state of Michigan. Number 4, the new event hub, a transformational project for our city. I still hope to be there at the kickoff and to be remembered as someone who helped bring it to life. Number 5, library stability and growth. Serving on the library board during a challenging time, helping restore leadership, stability, improving safety, expanding programming, and securing capital investments that transformed the space into a true community hub, thanks to the selection early on in my days of Director Kimberly Schaaf. Number 6, and I started with this at the top, but public safety. Supporting the best public safety team in the business led by Chief Cooper by ensuring that they had what they needed whether it was body cameras 5 years ago, through partnership with Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence, new fire trucks, and that's right, City Manager, I said a S. I'm still, even up to my last days, advocating for 2 fire trucks for the city. Advanced drone technology, and also overseeing dozens and dozens of traffic studies as well. Number 7, and none of these are in order, if you will, strong city management, supporting what I believe is the best city manager in the state, ensuring steady leadership and fiscal responsibility for Oak Park. That includes, but is not limited to, City Manager Tungate, our city attorneys, led by City Attorney Ebony Duff and City Attorney Courtney Kraus. MVPs on our team like Director DeCoster, Director Kimberly Maroney, and rising eager talent like Assistant Manager Adam. Financial genius like Director Crawford. That was a great thing, City Manager, when you kept her on board when you came on. And that awesome communications team, led by Director Brittany Touth and Benny in the back. Benny, you know, all we got to do is add Whitehead. You know, I know you're Benny White, but you're a brother of mine. So I would also be remiss if I didn't mention our all-star Director Stasiak, who has grown us to be our fullest potential in elevating Oak Park's rec department with her watering and nurturing, just like an Oak Park's farmer's market. By the way, side note, she was the first one to sign off on me being able to do the backpack drive when I first came on the scene originally at the farmer's market. And our greatest HR leader in the state, Director Carla Allen, as well as dozens and dozens of others that I don't want to take up too much time, but they could all be named. Number 8, elevate Oak Park's vision, keeping momentum going on transformational projects like the new community center, amphitheater, and continue the investment in our city's future. Number 9, Shepherd Park Agreement, advising our city that we should renegotiate with Oakland County to ensure that Oak Park retained ownership of Shepherd Park through a strategic lease and interlocutory agreement, unlocking millions in additional investment through collaboration with Commissioner Yolanda Smith-Charles and keeping ownership of the park to the city. We kept the train. Number 10, finally, making my mother proud. She lived by her to-do list, and thanks to all of you allowing me to serve, I know she's smiling, probably dancing, every time we host a summer concert, especially this summer in all our new facilities to celebrate the new successes in this city. If this list were accomplished in 20 years, it would be impressive. In 10 years, it would be extraordinary. But to achieve this in just 5.5 years, that is historical. That is generational impact. 16 months ago, after my father passed, I considered stepping away. But that same night at the council meeting, there was a lot of people, and they were actually there. I didn't realize it at first, but they were there for Mayor Pro Temp at the time, Carolyn Burns' farewell. I felt something that night I can't fully explain. I felt called, like my ancestors were telling me there was still more to do. And so I stayed to be the best number 2 I could be in that role as Mayor Pro Temp. I felt at the time resigning due to grief of losing my dad and the stroke my mother had, but it ended up being the city clerk Norris who swore me in telling me that I had a promotion that night as Mayor Pro Temp, and so I took it as a sign to keep going. But now it's time for me to truly grieve. It's time for me to be with family. And I want to be clear, I'm not speaking in code when I say I'll be back. Because just like my mother always, she had another item on her top 10 to-do list. And I know there is another challenge ahead on the agenda. Another problem I can help solve. Another opportunity to serve. And when that moment comes, I'll be ready. To my colleagues, the mayor, Mayor Pro Temp, City Council, City Manager, administration, to the residents, to every person who believed in my leadership, thank you for the honor of working beside you. It has been an honor, a privilege, and truly a joy to serve with each and every one of you. Thank you. not gonna stay for the meeting, guys. I don't wanna cry anymore that I've been right that speech, so, and everything else going on, but it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, absolutely.
And from that to the consent agenda. The following routine items are presented for approval without discussion as a single item. Any member can have an item dropped from the blanket approval and considered separately. A, regular city council meeting minutes for April 20th. B, special council meeting minutes, same date. C, request to amend the application for special event license submitted by the Juneteenth Commission, previously approved by the City Council at the April 6th meeting. D, payment of invoices from OHM Advisors for engineering services in the amount of $2,409. E, request to schedule a public hearing on the fiscal year 26-27 budget for Monday, May 18th at 7 p.m. F, approval of payment application number 1 to Giffords Webster for Parks and Rec Master Planning Services in the amount of $1,640. G, third quarter fiscal year 25-26 investment report. H, budget to actual report for period of ending 3/31. I, approval of payment number 2 to McCarthy and Smith Incorporated for construction services for Tyler Park in the amount of $203,556.50. J, approval of payment application number 2 for the 25-26 miscellaneous concrete project M782 to Mattioli Cement Company of Fenton, Michigan in the amount of $151,337.13. K, Corridor Improvement Authority meeting minutes for January 20th, February 19th, and March 12th. L, Planning Commission meeting minutes for February 2nd and March 9th. M, Zoning Board of Appeals meeting minutes for January 27th and February 24th. N, new and renewal of licenses for May 4th, 2026. O, approval of payment application number 1 for the multiple campus buildings demolition project, M796, to Mirswa Construction Company of Pontiac, Michigan, in the amount of $37,125. P, approval of invoice number 4 from Giffords Webster for master planning services in the total amount of $5,823.75. Q, Recycling and Environmental Conservation Commission meeting minutes for January 15th, February 19th, March 19th. Finally, R, Parks and Rec meeting minutes for February 18th and March 18th. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. There are no visiting elected officials today, but we do. She's setting up the presentation. Say it again?
There's a woman who's setting up a presentation right now.
Okay. Okay, Camille, let's do it. So we are going to welcome Camille Hibbler, Superintendent of Ferndale Schools, Oakland County Schools Enhancement Millage Overview. And we welcome Superintendent Hibbler. Delighted to have you.
Good evening, honorable board and council members. I had a lovely PowerPoint slide, but I should have sent it in ahead of time. So I am going to talk about this wonderful millage. Is it on? Okay. That we have before you. If you can just give me just 1 second, I will be
Take your time.
available. Okay, so good evening again. What I am here to talk about is what's called our Oakland County Enhancement Millage. This evening, I am just giving information. This is not a request for endorsement. This is to ensure that the residents of Oak Park have enough information to make an informed vote come August. I'll tell you a little bit more in just a second. So what we are talking about is, if approved in August, we will have a 1.5 mil increase for 6 years. But let me tell you what that means for our students. And if I could just pause for just 1 second, because I see that Interim Superintendent Shana Murphy of Oak Park School Districts is here as well. And we actually will be presenting together, since this impacts both of our school districts. So as I mentioned, a 1.5, I'm sorry, the Ps, this is the Ps, the 1.5 mil increase for 6 years. What that will do for our school districts is will afford for us to have $781 in additional per pupil dollars to be able to use to support our students, okay? So as you know, there are only a few ways that we can fund public education. That is either through state and federal funds. We can enhance our facilities through bonds, but there is no other way to support our students that are in need beyond a millage or something of that sort. Why are we talking about this now? We're talking about this now because costs are rising. We're talking about this now because there are enhanced student needs. And we're talking about this now because there is staffing pressure from our neighboring counties who our students are already receiving millages and things of that sort. So just for clarity, Wayne County, Macomb County, all have had not one but multiple millages passed in their counties. So what that means for us as a school district is they have additional dollars to be able to, in some cases, poach staff. They can have additional programming and supports for their students that unfortunately we have not been able to do just yet in Oakland County. So we are hoping to be able to have this opportunity, especially since after our research, we've determined that 44% of Michigan students are impacted by a millage. Oakland County needs one. So I'm going to pause just 1 second to see if Interim Superintendent Shana, okay, all right, I'm going to just go ahead and keep going here. So what does that mean for homeowners? I'm going to give an approximation, and I'm also going to give a website where you can do an actual, do an actual estimate based on the value of your home. So if the example is for $200,000, if the market value of your home is $200,000, the taxable value is about $100,000. So if the millage were to pass, what that would mean for said homeowner is that would be approximately $150 per year. Okay, $150. So likewise, market value $400,000, taxable value would be $200,000. So that cost would be about $300 per year. And remember, we're talking about for 6 years. So you're probably wondering, what are we going to do with the funds should we receive those funds? So first and foremost, and most importantly, is to recruit and retain our staff. It's critically important. We also want to ensure that we have special education stability. I think it goes without saying that after post-COVID, we are seeing differences in our classrooms. And we do need the funding to be able to support the needs that our students are coming to us with. We will also maintain student to teacher ratios. We will focus on student wellness, and we will ensure that our operations, specifically transportation, technology, and security, are maintained. Finally, we would also ensure that we are able to preserve and strengthen programmings across our district. So again, this proposal provides local flexibility. So how Ferndale schools uses the funds may be different than how Oak Park schools use their funds because the need may be different. So there is district level flexibility. So we are appreciative of that. So again, just really quick election timeline. Election day is August 4th. Okay. Absentee ballots become available on June 25th. The last day to register in any manner other than in person is July 20th. Early voting is July 25th to August 2nd. And then August 3rd, 4 p.m. is the deadline to request an absentee ballot. And then we have Election Day with the normal polling hours on August 4th. So just also, it's important to note that if in fact this proposal is passed in August, school districts in Oakland County would receive the funds as early as December of 2026. So that is important to note. And if I could please just provide the website to learn more. There is a FAQs on the website. There is also a tax estimator on this website. It is one word, OaklandEnhancementMillage.com. So I am very, very happy to answer any questions that I can, or our interim superintendent, Shana Murphy, can answer.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem Julie Edgar.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course.
So this is countywide then?
Yes.
This is for all school districts in Oakland County?
It is
And who initiated this?
Oakland schools. So it
Okay.
had to be, if I'm being transparent, it's been in discussion for quite some time. As I mentioned, our neighboring counties have had millages for years. So we've been talking about it. There's always never the right time, but again, with the increase in everything at this time, and through our research from, we had a number of research firms do some research and, do some cold calling. This seemed like the right time. They suggested that the August election would be a prime time for us to go out for this. Again, $781 per pupil, additional funds. Okay. I think I've done all I needed to do. Thank you so much. So please be informed. Please go out and vote. We thank you for your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for your
coming.
presentation.
Would you like to come and speak for a moment?
Just briefly, just wanted to greet the City Council. Thank you all so much. And thank you to our audience here and Superintendent Camille Hibbler down from Ferndale Schools. This is a countywide enhancement millage. I thank her for her support, as well as coming out and presenting to our City Council to make sure that you all are informed, our community is informed about the benefit of this enhancement millage for the children of Oakland County. We thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you both for coming in. One more idea.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry, I just thought about it. The way that it works is that as long as 51% of Oakland County students, so that will be the equivalent of a Rochester, probably a Novi, even like larger districts, as long as 51% of the total population of Oakland County students votes yes, then we will all receive the funds. So I think that's important to note. So even if Oak Park says no, Ferndale says no, which we won't, says no, and the majority of the rest of the Oakland County districts vote yes, then we will all receive the funds. Okay?
There are districts that have their own villages.
I'm sorry?
There are districts that already have their own villages. I think
Or-
Bloomfield Hills probably,
Yes.
Birmingham. So this is going to give them more money per pupil.
Yes, it will. So my understanding, there's a number of bonds. There's a number of that will go only for infrastructure. So I'm not sure. I can't tell you what's going on in Bloomfield Hills. I'm over Ferndale. But if they do have a millage, then yes, they would. So this isn't about necessarily leveling the playing field. This is ensuring that we're doing what's right in comparison to our neighboring districts and ensuring that our students get as much funding and support as possible and comparable to our neighboring counties.
Thank
That's
you for the
officially it.
clarification. Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Let's see. That puts us at number 8 on the agenda. This is a public hearing to receive public comments regarding the request by Dog and Pony Show Brewing LLC, 14661 West 11 Mile, for the issuance of a distillery license and Sunday sales permit. So I will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to talk about Dog and Pony Show and their distillery license? The owner of Dog and Pony Show. Is this Carl Gerarda?
How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Explain what you're doing, and Dog and Pony Show is always growing and changing.
Yeah, so thank you, council members, for being here, and staff. It's going to be 5 years in June we've been open, so this request is doesn't come without any reluctance. We wanted to be able to focus just on beer and make it specifically a brewery, but the industry, has kind of put us in a position that we demand otherwise and offer other choices for our customers. And our biggest goal is to not just be here for a few years, but to be here for many years to come. So this is the right decision long term, and this will allow us to expand our offerings currently and do so, so that we, like I said, we can be here for a longer period of time and continue to be part of the community. So.
You've added a lot of joy in the 5 years. What are you going to start making with this distillery license?
Yeah, when we start, the idea will be the still that we're going to purchase will honestly be no bigger than this microphone stand. We're not really concerned about distilling or volume. We're actually going to purchase our initial bourbon, gin, and vodka from Valentine's Distilling in Ferndale. They make an excellent product, and instead of muddying the waters and confusing consumers and offering another choice, we want to represent a good product and have that at our place. So the idea here is just to offer in a cocktail form, so that we can have, like I said, the additional offerings: one bourbon, one gin, one vodka cocktail. We want to do this slowly, with the idea that, again, we don't want to take away from the beer and the wonderful product we've made. We've won awards already for that product. We've worked very hard to establish that name and brand, but we realize it's time to add these things to continue to grow the business. And so, we'll continue to purchase in bond, and then we'll blend those spirits at our facility and have cocktails on draft.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You had any cocktails?
What's that?
I said you had any cocktails?
Yeah. Yeah,
I second
that's
the
great.
motion.
Thank you.
That's great.
Bring in Valentine products to begin with,
Right.
so that you can offer mixed drinks,
Yes.
but eventually, you're going to distill your own liquor.
Yeah, the hope is, we have 5 years worth of data now, the number of customers that come through our door, and that data has become very dependable as I look at it. The idea is to increase the average customer spend. And because of the growth, it doesn't come without some ups and downs in your business. Obviously, that stretch of 11 Mile has a lot of great businesses now and great restaurants, and we hate to see customers walk by sometimes on nights when they want to come in, but maybe one of the other people in their parties doesn't want to drink beer, cider, or seltzer, which are our current offerings. So the idea will be long-term, yes, we do want to distill our own product, but only if we think that it matches or exceeds the quality of the beer that we currently produce. So we're not going to do it just to do it. I think Valentine's makes as good a spirit as any distillery in Michigan, and certainly I would argue they make some as good as some of the distilleries in Kentucky, if not better. So why would we, we don't need to reinvent the wheel here. We have something right down the road. We can help another Michigan business while we grow our own business. It seems like a pretty solvable problem. So,
City Manager Chungay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Kyle, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much. It does not seem like 5 years ago, but wow, here we are. And this might be a question for Director Maroney, but this is an upgrade of your existing license. So does this count as one license still, or is this two?
do it.
It's just an add-on to their current license, so it's still the one license.
And then the other change to it, the other caveat is that it allows for Sunday sales. Is that part of the enhanced license?
So they already had Sunday sales, but they have to put that also
I see.
onto the distilling side of it as well. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do any of the spirits on Sundays.
Thank you.
So when would we be able to come in and order our first gin and tonic?
That's a great question. Our hope is This year, our actual date of our anniversary is June 11th. We've done a one-day event in the past. That's a ticketed event. Our customers have given us great feedback that each year around that time, if we choose one day, it makes it very hard to attend. And because 5 years is such a milestone, we're going to just do 5 days for 5 years, starting on June 2nd, Tuesday, running through that Saturday. And then we're going to conclude the week with a charity event with Camp Casey. Since Dog and Pony Show has been here, we've tried to do our share of giving back within reason. And so we're going to have Camp Casey come in on that Sunday as well and donate back a portion of sales. So our hope is to have everything ready to go by that first week of June. But just like anything, you may see it roll out sooner so that we can iron out any of the wrinkles that we see. And I want to make this transition as easy as possible for my staff and customers too. So my guess would be the last week of May, maybe the third to last week of May. You might see initial offerings with no announcement and then a formal announcement from the business the first week of June.
Wonderful. Very exciting. We're delighted. We'll all be there.
Appreciate it. Appreciate this council and this staff very much. I hope they know that.
We do. And we appreciate you and the joy and energy that you've brought to Oak Park.
Yep, 5 years has been great, and I just want to thank Benny for this camera angle. I've realized I've lost some hair, so thanks, Benny. That's appreciate that.
That's wonderful. So we will close the public hearing. And next would be a resolution approving the issuance of a distillery license and new Sunday sales permit for Dog and Pony Show Brewing, LLC, 14661 West 11 Mile.
So moved.
Second.
Great. Any discussion or questions? No?
Will you handle the add-on that you'll need? You won't need it for the license. Okay, so for, what did Kim say that you would need to do?
So the license itself is the same. This just permits us, because of the original Michigan law, you know, it was, I believe, noon on Sundays before you could serve, but you still had to apply for Sunday sales, even for beer. So it's the same idea for alcohol. We could apply at a basic level, which would be a Monday through Friday. We aren't open Mondays. We are open Sundays. The idea will be to be able to serve spirits on Sundays. So I think the language is actually the exact same in the Sunday sales on the distillers as it is the brewery. The difference is what we serve, which is spirits versus the beer.
Okay, so you applied at the Liquor Control Commission?
Yes.
Okay. Roll call vote?
Yes. Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you.
Welcome to Oak Park.
Cheers.
We're the one-of-a-kind, unique, owner-operated businesses are treasures for a city. And Dog and Pony Show is one of our treasures. So come on down and give them some business.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 9, special licenses, request for a special event license submitted by the Oak Park Library for Jump Into Reading to be held July 12th from 1 to 5, August 9th from 1 to 5. Is there a motion to approve this request?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. B, request for special event license submitted by concerned citizens of Oak Park, also. What have we got?
There's trees throwing apples outside.
Not a tornado, is it?
Sure hope not.
If it's between a tornado and an earthquake?
I'll take the tornado.
Concerned citizens Oak Park for a block party, backpack giveaway, August 23rd from 10 to 2. Is there, this is another nonprofit. Is there a motion to approve this request?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Item C, request for special event license, Dog and Pony Show for Detroit City Future Club Youth Kickoff to be held May 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Thank you. This being a for-profit company, they do pay an event license fee. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Item 10, bids. Request to award the 2026 Corridor Improvement Authority Landscaping Installation Project bid to Great Lakes Landscaping of Oak Park, Michigan, in the amount of $193,316. Is there a motion to request to award this?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
And Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Item 10B, request to participate with the interlocal purchasing system called TIPS, National Purchasing Cooperative, to purchase furniture for the Event Hub project. Is there a motion to approve this participation?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about the furniture purchase?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City Manager Tungate. Before you tonight is a request for authorization to participate in the National TIPS Purchasing Cooperative. It's the interlocal purchasing system. We are a member. Lori and her team at Recreation have gone through and selected the furniture for the proposed event hub. The contractor is Southern Aluminum, and this vendor is on as part of the TIPS program, so there is predetermined contract pricing.
So what kind of pricing advantage do we get for being part of TIPS?
So if we were to go to Southern Aluminum and gather pricing, they would give us their standard retail pricing tax-free. What this program does is similar to My Deal, the Oakland County Cooperative, Omnia Partners, and Sourcewell. All these corporations that we deal with, there's predetermined national pricing. So they're a member. They're one of the sole members for inside banquet furniture. And what it does is it allows them to be that sole vendor, provide the best competitive pricing that members of TIPS or that cooperative can take advantage of.
Sounds like a win-win.
Yep, it's a win-win for us. So it's recommended tonight that City Council approve the city to participate in the TIPS National Purchasing Cooperative to purchase the furniture for the Event Hub project in the total amount of $55,898. Funding is available in the Event Hub Construction Fund.
Is there a motion to participate?
We have one.
We have one, thank you. Discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. We all like to save money. I can get it for you wholesale. Ordinances. First reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 2 of the Code of Ordinances to add Division 2, establishing the Administrative Hearings Bureau. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Who is going to come and discuss this one?
Madam Mayor, I would be happy to. We have our city attorney here to explain it as well, and we also have Director Maroney, who we can, if there are questions.
Okay. Would someone come and explain to everyone watching what we're doing and why? And how?
Start from the very beginning, Kim.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and City Council members. So the Administrative Hearing Bureau has been something that we've been investigating for the past year. All of our code violations that currently go through the district court, in many instances, take 6 months to 12 months, sometimes years to get resolved, and sometimes not resolved at all. And we would like to expedite this on behalf of our residents that are in the community in order to remove blight within the community. So this Administrative Hearing Bureau, which they have in other communities around the state, which we went and visited and researched, this ordinance will allow us to create our own Administrative Hearing Bureau in the city of Oak Park, where we would hire our own magistrate. The city council can be the people that are going to be hiring the magistrates. We will put an RFP out for people to apply for that position, and it will expedite code violations that we have within our community and get them rectified sooner and keep our residents happy.
Okay, are there questions or comments? Mayor Pro Tem?
A quick question. When, if we decide to go ahead with this, when would the RFP go out?
After tonight's reading, we would put it out tomorrow. The Human Resource Department already has the job description ready to go, and they would put it out tomorrow upon approval this evening.
Be the second.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
Council members, I know we had talked about this a little bit, but what I think, before we put it out, I do want to offer you an opportunity to look at the draft of it. Would you like to do that, or are you good? Have we talked to death enough?
My question really is, what are we looking for in terms of qualifications? Do we want somebody who has some judicial experience? An attorney, I don't want to say an ordinary attorney, I don't mean that, but.
We just say a non-ordinary attorney.
I think an attorney with 5 years' experience.
Could we consider somebody who hasn't presided over these cases, or
We
are looking
can,
for?
the bare minimum requirement would be an attorney with 5 years' experience. However, you can put a priority onto somebody who has some judicial experience. That is listed as a preferred requirement, and City Council will be the one doing the interviews on the candidates and making that selection.
That's the same requirement for a judge in Michigan. It's 5 years of legal experience. Yeah.
And where will the board meet?
Right here.
Can you talk a little bit, because maybe some of our residents don't understand how these violations work and how they wend their way through the courts and what this is going to do?
Yeah, the main thing this will do is it will expedite getting items rectified. For instance, if a resident calls and complains on a neighbor for maybe a blight violation on their home, we send out a code enforcement officer. Depending on the violation, that gives them a certain number of days to rectify it. We come back out. If it's done, that's the end of it. If it's not, then they're issued their first ticket. And then we give them approximately 21 days before we go back out and recheck. At that time, if they haven't tried to work with our department to rectify the situation, ask for more time, then a second ticket is issued. Then the process goes again in the same order, and then the third ticket would be issued. At that point, then they would be assigned a date to appear in the district court. Sometimes that's a few months out, on top of the already 3 months that we've been working with them for that initial code violation complaint that we received from a resident. This process will allow us to expedite the entire process and get them in front of an administrative hearing bureau quicker, and it would get us better results as well. Many times people don't appear in district court, and then it gets adjourned for another 30, 60 days. They don't appear again, gets adjourned again. So this can go on for many, many months because they don't appear. And in the Administrative Hearing Bureau, we can actually order the work to be done on the property and send an invoice to the property owner. And if it's not paid, it can be rolled to tax like in our SAD process.
Thank you.
So issues will be corrected.
So if they don't appear, what happens? To-
The magistrate can actually order the work to be done on the home, and we would have the work done, and we would send an invoice to the homeowner.
Thank you. Any other further questions? First reading. Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
And Mayor McClellan.
Yes, motion carried, thank you. City Attorney, resolution authorizing renewal of a Uniform Video Services local franchise agreement with DirecTV as transferee of AT&T Michigan. Is there a motion to pass this resolution?
So moved.
Is there
Second.
Thank you. City Attorney Kraus, would you explain this franchise agreement?
Yes, thank you. So on April 13th, 2026, DirecTV requested that the city approve a renewal of the existing video franchise agreement. This video franchise agreement was originally done with AT&T back in 2007, and due to some subsequent acquisitions, that agreement is now held by DirecTV. Under state law, there is a uniform video service local franchise agreement that is required by statute. That agreement is in your agenda packet. We do not have much authority as a municipality over the substantive provisions of that particular agreement. So this matter is before council within the 30-day time limit allowed by the statute to approve the requested extension. If the city does not respond within that 30 days, it is automatically deemed approved by the state.
Okay. Are there any questions for the city attorney? So you recommend approving this?
That is correct. This is, again, a standard agreement that is dictated by state statute, and it is simply a renewal of an existing agreement the city has with AT&T, which will now be held by DirecTV.
Okay. Roll call vote then.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item 12B, Freedom of Information Act appeals. City attorney, do we have any appeals?
We do not have any appeals for this evening.
Thank you. City manager Eric Tungate.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of council. 13A1, I will turn it over to our esteemed colleague, City Clerk T. Edwin Norris, please.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We have a couple of our precincts for our August election. There's construction in those sites, and so we need to temporarily move those precincts to some alternative locations. So, first of all, Pepper Elementary School, these are in the Oak Park School District, and Einstein Elementary School, which is precinct 6, will be under construction. So we've made arrangements to temporarily move those for that election to the Oak Park Community Center. That's where Pepper would go. And then Einstein would go to the high school. So the resolution before you, it just makes that temporary move, which is something that you have to agree to.
Okay. So we, do we have a motion?
We do not.
We do not. A motion authorizing the temporary relocation.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Mr. City Clerk, 13A2, please.
Yes, we also have a couple of millages, our millages, that are will need to be renewed. They're going to be basically they will expire coming up soon. So we have the resolutions approving the ballot language for renewing a millage to fund the public safety retirement system pursuant to Act 345 of 1937. Again, this is for the August 4th primary election. So this is basically ballot language that would be on the ballot for August, which is required to be in within the next week or two. I think it's on the 12th to the county, and so that's why we're doing this now. So we have, this resolution is for your consideration.
Okay, we need a motion approving this language.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan,
Yes.
Councilmember Radner,
Yes.
and Councilmember Crawford.
Yes. Okay, motion carried, thank you.
Mr. City Clerk, 13A3, please.
And the next is another millage, which is the partial Headley override millage for public safety purposes for the, again, this would be language for the August 4th primary election. This is a millage that will be expiring again soon. This is a renewal as well. This resolution is before you tonight as well.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Discussion? Roll call vote?
Mayor McClellan,
Yes.
Councilmember Radner,
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. City Clerk. We have 13B1. I would like to ask our returning champion to the podium, Director Kimberly Maroney, please.
Thank you, City Manager Tungate. So in front of you tonight is approval for pay application number 1 and change order 2 for the 2026 Joint and Crack Ceiling Project M788 to Michigan Joint Ceiling of Farmington Hills. For the total amount of $201,385.20 and change order of negative $4,264.80. And that is to balance the project out as it is 100% complete.
Okay, is there a motion? Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. This is in the cement, in the street?
Yeah, this is in the joints in the concrete pavement that they put the crack sealant in there in order to extend the life of our concrete.
Got it. Any discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Radner,
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes, motion carried.
Okay, and we have our Deputy Director of Municipal Services, Dan Fairless, is here for 13B2, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, council members, city manager. This item before you this evening is a request to approve pay application number 2, or the final pay application, and change order number 1 for the asbestos abatement services project at the municipal campus buildings M793 by BDS Environmental for the total amount of $19,062 and $4,540 respectively. The final pay application of $19,062 includes the change order of $4,540, which was for additional asbestos-containing material that was found in additional pipe insulation and drywall materials, as well as removal of the underfloor glycol chemicals.
Removal of what?
The underfloor glycol material, which helped keep the cement cool and created the ice. So with that, it is recommended that council approve pay application number 2, or the final pay application, for $19,062, which includes the change order of $4,540 to be paid to BDS Environmental of Warren, Michigan for the final payment and 100% completion of the project of the asbestos abatement and universal waste disposals at the multiple campus building projects M793.
Is there a motion to approve the pay application?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan,
Yes,
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
motion carried, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dan. And finally, we have 13C1, resolution to authorize budget amendment 2026-3. We have our esteemed colleague, Director of Finance, Sandra Crawford.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem Edgar, council members, City Manager Tungate.
Talk directly into the mic and holler.
Okay, power. Before you, like the city manager said, is a request for approval of resolution to authorize the budget amendment 2026-3. This budget amendment is for the third quarter and is summarized below. And the proposed amendment has no net impact on fund balance, but it does include the following notable items. An increase in straight grant revenue for 2 grants that were allocated to replace the lost revenue from other recent legislation, and that was totaling $240,000. And then there's adjustments to the personnel costs totaling $155,000 for salaries and health care, and the salaries were allocated to other funds based on the nature of the work that the city staff performed. In the current year, the general funds portion of the work was higher than originally budgeted. And in addition, the healthcare costs are higher than that was originally budgeted as well, due to the change in staff's healthcare selections between the time the budget was originally adopted and approved and the current selection. There's increase in public safety education and training, which is offset by grant funds. There's an increase in street lighting costs due to the increased rates from DTE. For the special revenue funds, there's an increase in major street grant funding for anticipated higher Act 51 revenues, as well as grant funding awarded during the fiscal year. The major street expenses for capital are expected to increase as well for the ongoing 9-mile construction projects. The Community Development Block Grant increase in revenue and expenditures to account for the actual activity occurred during the current year. There was a new fund created, the Operation Drive Grant, which is a new fund to track the activity of a grant received by the district court. For the Capital Projects Fund, the Community Center Construction Fund increase in interest income and anticipated interest that will be earned as well, and an increase to the capital outlay for the for the award of design, construction, administration, and demo contracts. The capital outlay expenditure will be paid from the bond proceeds currently on hand. The component unit, it should read Corridor Improvement Authority and not the Brownfield Authority. And there is a decrease in the streetscape improvement capital outlay budgeted due to the project is not expected to be performed until the next fiscal year. So again, the proposed budget amendments has no net impact on the fund balance of the general fund, but it does keep the estimated fund balance at about approximately 17.5% of annual expenditures. So the amendments to all other funds keeps the fund balances at the targeted ranges and are done in compliance with the state of Michigan requirements and guidelines. So the recommended action is for approval of the resolution to authorize budget amendment 2026-3.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Discussion or question? Mayor Pro Tem.
Hi, Director Crawford.
Hi.
Could you talk a little bit about those grants that were allocated to replace lost revenue? SBTA and QHERPP, what are those for?
Yes. So the SBTE, E 2000 Public Act 489. So basically that is a trust fund that the Michigan Department of Treasury has, and basically the money from the funds were they are to reimburse us municipalities for the personal property tax revenue that was lost as a result of the small business taxpayer exemption claims. So they gave exemptions to small businesses, and they apply for them, and so that created a loss in revenue for us. And so now they've created this fund for those credits to give back to the municipalities for that.
So we're going to get back the $240,000?
Well, that was together between that one and the other one. Now, the other grant, we call it QUIRP, but basically what that is that also is, there's an exemption that they give companies that have qualified heavy equipment rental personal property. And so what that does is that exemption of the personal property that they collect from the businesses, that revenue is distributed back to us local units. And that's designed to replace the traditional personal property tax revenue that the municipalities will experience due to the exemptions that the state gives those individuals that have that type of, that qualify for that exemption.
Got it, okay.
Yeah. And just altogether, it was 240,000 for both of those together.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the salaries, the personnel cost adjustments, it says salaries are allocated to other funds based on the nature of the work city staff performs. What are we talking about here?
So maybe at the beginning of the budget year, we might have projected that, I'll just take an example. A DPW worker may spend X amount of hours on working on streets, or maybe working on water and sewer, and X amount of times in the general fund. And so when maybe something happened where a water main break, and so maybe they spent more hours than predicted in the water and sewer fund due to the nature of the events that occurred. And so what we're doing are we're shifting the resources to go with that expenditure. Because again, when we do the budget, it's our best guess of what we think is going to happen throughout the year. But then as changes happen, we have to change the budget to reflect those.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, ready to vote.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
And Councilmember Crawford.
Yes. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, members of council, that completes the city manager report for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. We're now at call to the audience. Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, here, this is an outline of the rules for public comment. Each speaker's remarks are a matter of public record. The speaker alone is responsible for his or her comments, and the City of Oak Park does not, by permitting such remarks, support, endorse, or accept the content thereof as being true or accurate. Any person, while being heard at a city council meeting, may be called to order by the chair or any council member for failure to be germane to the business of the city, vulgarity, or personal attacks on persons or institutions. There's a 3-minute time limit per speaker.
Thank you. Come on up and talk to us if there's anything on your mind.
Ken Sherman.
Good evening, Kenneth Sherman, 23840 Jerome Street. As a member of Oak Park, as a member of the library board, and as a member of the Friends of the Library, I just want to direct my comments regarding the resignation of Council Member Whitehead Emeritus and say that I've had the opportunity to work with him during his tenure on the City Council, that I will miss him during his tenure on the library board and helping out the Friends of the Library. He will be a hard act to follow for whoever has to fill his shoes, and I wish him the best and hope to see him back in some position as an elected Oak Park City official. Thank you.
Amen. What he said. Anyone else? Anyone in the audience? Nope. All right. Benny, can you fire up the pictures that you have? Oh, there's one. I don't know if you noticed, but I go to exercise at TrueFit over on 11 Mile. And this section of the wall that used to be kind of a dirty white, homely looking thing is now a bright and vibrant and exciting. So the first section looks done, and she's going to move on to the next section and the other one after that. So does that mean we get these parking spaces back? Yes. Ah. Oh, she's going to seal it. On the left, that is, and the little picture of the cake, our own Oak Park Toastmasters is celebrating 30 years as an organization, which if you have run any organizations is astounding. And it's a vibrant, vibrant group. In 2011, when I was running for mayor, it dawned on me that if I became mayor, they might want me to give a speech. And that is something that I had avoided for my entire life. Craig is the president, and he said it at the meeting. I went to Toastmasters. He said, the most common fear that people have is the fear of public speaking. And that means when you go to a funeral, you'd rather be the guy in the coffin instead of the guy standing up and giving the eulogy. Benny, is there another picture? That's it? We're done. Yes, okay. Mayor Pro Tem Julie Edgar.
Thank you for coming. I also wanted to express some disappointment at the resignation of Councilman Whitehead. We have a really good group here. We gelled as a group, and we continued to gel. I will miss him, and I hope that he comes back. I suspect he will when he sees the mess that we're making without him. Anyway, I just want to remind people that there's an Oak Park cleanup happening on Sunday, May the 17th from noon to 2. This is sponsored by our Recycling Commission. They're going to meet at 10650 Troy Street, which is south of 9. It's kind of near Scotia, and they will be cleaning up the 9 Mile Linear Park. So I hope that people show up. You can just show up. Bags and gloves will be provided. And thank you. Good night.
Good night. Councilmember Radner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just want to echo what we've heard so far. Obviously, Sean is going to be leaving us very, very big shoes to fill. As a council, it's our job to start working on that immediately, and we're going to. Sean's been an incredible, incredible councilman and so much more while he's been on council with us for the last 5 years. As most of you know, he was appointed for the first time at the end of 2020, early 2021, and he's been reelected twice since then. And he has just been absolutely awesome. And it's came as a total shock to all of us that he decided to announce his resignation. But I hope he finds some peace, and I hope he finds he said he needs some time to mourn. We can certainly all respect that. And he left us with some very encouraging words. I'll be back. I don't know what exactly that means or what he means, but I look forward to seeing it. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Crawford.
And once again, to sentiment or to follow those words, Councilman Whitehead will be missed. I wish him all the best and thank him for his service to the city. And I'm sending, I know I speak for everyone on this council, we're going to send love, peace, and positivity to him and his family while they navigate the healing process. Also, a reminder that the Beautification Advisory Commission is having their annual Oak Park Flower Sale, Sunday, May 24th, 10 to 5 at the Community Center. Anyone need the address? It's 14300 Oak Park Boulevard. And while I have the superintendent here, I wanted to remind any of the teachers who are listening, parents or children, our Juneteenth celebration is on June 19th, and we have a student expression contest. What that means, it's in honor of our former mayor, Pro Tem Carolyn Burns. We are soliciting any Oak Park students to submit a submission, and it is in one of the 5 categories. It could be an artwork, essay, a one-person skit. It could be spoken word or poetry. And we have 10 prizes up to $500. Up to 10 prizes and up to $500. So the deadline is June 1st. Superintendent, I'm sure you'll remind everyone, we'd like to get as many submissions as we can. You can submit them online or you can drop them off here at City Hall during business hours. And the winners will be announced at our program, which will be at Oak Park High on June 19th, and the program is from 4 to 6. We would love the community to come out. Also, you can go online if you'd like to sponsor. Also, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Everyone stay safe. In case you don't know, I had to look up what exactly is Cinco de Mayo, but it's the Mexican victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. Did everyone know that? I didn't know that. So I just knew that it was a day that we honored Mexican culture and heritage. So I want everyone to stay safe, enjoy Cinco de Mayo, and of course, be kind to one another.
Amen.
Good evening.
Before drawing to a close, I would like to announce that Brenda Whitehead's funeral and viewing. So May 6th from 5 to 7 this week, Trinity Chapel Funeral Home, 2226 West McNichols. Church service Thursday, May 7th at 10:30 at New Prospect Baptist Church. That's at 6330 Pembroke in Detroit. And the interment will be at Acacia Park Cemetery, Beverly Hills, Michigan. The announcement says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands." And she always did make a joyful noise unto the Lord. It's time to celebrate her. You're all invited. Please come and support Councilmember Whitehead at this time. Thank you. There being no further business to come before the council, this meeting is adjourned.